All right, what up, what up, what up? We are live. Put some music on. Something we can chill to. All right. Cool. I'll give it a second for people to start to make their way in here, but while we wait, we got the deck list up so we can take a look at what we're going to be playing tonight. Maybe plus or minus a few things. Still have to get the exact list right. But this is something I've been messing around with, and it's been surprisingly good. I copied this list from a legacy player. Let me make sure that I get their list so I can credit them, because I always like crediting innovators when it comes to formats, especially a format like Legacy. So this one I went 3-1 in the Legacy Preliminary last weekend. That deck list got posted. I don't know why they post 3-1s. Don't ask me. To me, that's not really an amazing record or anything like that. But my overall record with the deck is actually pretty good. And let me find the original users so that way I'm making sure that I credit them. Well, let's click this painter list. I'm sure I'll find it. There's a red painter list that did well recently as well. I think these niche combo decks do well because people don't really expect them. But in Legacy, obviously there's only so far you can go when it comes to like being a rogue deck and being successful. I think Painter definitely has the makings of a deck that is capable of doing decent. Not saying it's like tier 1 or anything like that, but it's certainly not bad. The original user was Ella1. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I always worry about that, but this is their original list. They were not playing. They were playing a few different cards than I did. But with that being said, I liked the list enough to where I was like, I want to jam a league with this because I feel like it was, straightforward enough for me to understand. And my first league with the deck, I went 4-1. I believe I lost to Elves, which I had beaten Elves later on in the Swiss. After I'd figured out, sort of like what I needed to worry about in the matchup and navigate through. And then after that, I played I played in the preliminary and I went 3-1. And I jammed another league and I went 1-1, and that's where I'm currently at right now. Now, I do want to start over because I realize I don't want to start over, I don't want to start a league when I'm like 1-1 with you guys because I don't think that's fair. I just want to start from scratch. That way we can sort of journey through the league together. Let me pull up. So Caleb Durward is obviously a very big proponent of Painter. In fact, I think he's probably one of the more well-known Painter players. At least that's always what I've known him for in Legacy anyway. Obviously, he's played a lot of other decks as well. Very accomplished player. One of my favorite streamers, no doubt. And he played a list that was more leaning on Karn, 4-mana Karn, and of course it played the Karn Wishboard, which I was very interested in. And there's some merits to that. There's a lot of artifact hate in Legacy right now, specifically geared towards, I think, beating decks like 8-Cast because they just got Kappa Cannoneer, and that card really gave that deck a good boost. I think there are some other Artifacts Matters decks running around, so you do have to worry about cards like Meltdown. What's up, Kyle? How's it going? Fire Shoes, thank you so much for the follow. Fire Shoes, if you guys don't know, you guys probably already know, is a huge benefactor to to the Magic community, post deck lists and content constantly for me, people like me to digest. Thank you so much, Fire Shoes. I appreciate it, Robert. I appreciate the follow. But yeah, big influence in the community. Always doing great things, and really appreciate it. Appreciate you swinging by and giving that follow. So while we wait for this antiquated program to open up a copy of Mono White Painter, I want to basically make a variant of the deck that is more geared towards Karn, 4-mana Karn, Great Creator, because I think that card is very good against decks like 8 Cast, obviously, and opposing Artifacts Matters decks. And then, of course, I like the idea of having the Mycosynth Lattice lock out with LEDs. I think that's really cool and very good. Now, whether or not it's suitable for Mono White Painter, I don't know. But that's what we're here to do. I am testing for SCG Con Indianapolis the 18th through the 20th. I'll be sitting in the Legacy seat. I don't usually play Legacy. That's not really my jam. I'm more of a modern Pioneer guy. Once upon a time Standard. But that being said, I'm comfortable with it. It takes a little getting used to again, like playing around Dazes and Force of Wills and Wastelands. But once you sort of get that, here to have no idea what's going on. Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Miles. Thank you so much. All right, so we got a copy of the deck. Let's open. So here's what I want to do. Let me change this. Okay. So I wanted to sort of edit the deck list to be more of a Karn deck list. So there are some things that obviously you have to do and sort of change the deck a little bit. I want to keep, I think, the tutor effects in the deck. I think that it's fine to keep cards like Portable Hull. I think it hits enough targets in Legacy. I definitely need to go up a Lion's Eye Diamond, and I think these Aether Sword and Canoness. This is hard because this is honestly like my favorite card in the deck in Legacy. I mean, people kill it, of course, but like it's just one more important target for them to have to deal with. It just fucks them over so hard. It's probably Ingenious Smith, honestly, which is kind of sad because I like this card too. It grows really fast, and it's, I don't know, it's immediate impact as opposed to Oswald. But here we go. We'll just cut the Ingenious Smith, and we'll go down an Aether Sworn Canoness. I'm going to drag this over to the side because it's a tutorable target. And we're going to go with Karn, the Great something Creator. Right. We bring in 4 Karns. Right. And now we have to sort of build a Wish sideboard. And I think that I love Legacy because the card looks like it's ass, but I'm sure it's great in the format. I kind of recognize the name. Yeah, it's been played in Modern before. That's the thing about Legacy is that, like, and kind of Vintage too, more so Vintage than anything. Like Vintage, they see like these weird cards see play because it's just like, yeah, this is just a meta call, and you're just like, I guess. Like I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm assuming it is, right? Okay, so let's go up Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. We definitely want another one of those, because here's the thing. You basically want to get out Karn, and we're going to Mycosynth Lattice people. So if we're empty-handed, it doesn't matter, because we wish for a Mycosynth Lattice, and then we lock them out of the game. That's just yet another combo that the deck can have, and we definitely are going to run at least one in the sideboard. We can go ahead and cut down to like a one-of copy of some of these cards, I think. I don't necessarily know if I can actually go down a Painter's Servant, to be honest with you. And the list that I'm looking at, yeah, we probably just go down these Welding Jars. Thorn of the Amethyst, I like that card a lot. But maybe Aethersworn Canonist just kind of does the job for us. I don't know. I'll keep it in there for now. My friend Brandon recommended to me that I play 4 Leylines of the Void in the sideboard. Bro, what the fuck? Oswald is insane. When did they print this thing? Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right? If it lives, it's nuts. I mean, it's just another, like, Goblin Engineer type card. Like, something to go and tutor for your artifacts. Alright, so we're going to drag a painter over to the side here. And what else? What are we missing here? So we need a Mycosynth Lattice. Oh my goodness. Dog, don't do that. So we need a Mycosynth Lattice. I think Lion Sash is probably too memey. Probably cut that. So Myco, I'm not gonna even try to spell that. I already got called out for mispronouncing words on my stream. I'm not gonna try to spell things now. Okay, so this looks good. See, the thing is, like, basically what my friend Brandon was saying is, like, you could, I'm surprised you don't have more Grave Hate. Isn't Grave stuff super common in this format? I mean, it honestly, it isn't, though. Like, the thing is, like, Reanimator is really the only Graveyard Hate, or Graveyard deck that's, like, prominent, and even then, you really don't see it all that often. Danro MTG, hello, long-time Twitch mutual, first-time viewer. Well, welcome. Oh, apparently I'm following, so maybe second-time viewer. Oh, that's all good. I appreciate it. We're just editing a deck list really quick. But yeah, my friend Brandon was saying, like, why don't you run Leylines of the Void in the sideboard? It's harder for Reanimator to deal with because they can't Thoughtseize it. That's the problem. Well, grief it or unmask it. That's the problem, is they look at your hand and they rip your Surgical out and then they go off, right? Now, of course, they can play a card like Serenity or Wear and Tear and get rid of even Echoing Truths, right? That's something that Eric Landon's doing now. And they can get rid of your Leyline of the Void. But we could run 4 Leylines of the Void and like run 4 Leylines and then run Helm of Obedience, which is a combo. Helm of Obedience. Now, this might be too cute. Like, it's 4 mana. You say target opponent mills a card, then repeats this process until a creature card. All you need to know is if Leyline of the Void is out and you activate Helm of Obedience, they mill their library. Basically, it works with Rest in Peace too. Yeah, Helm plus Leyline. It's a classic. This is not anything like, you know, legend or like innovative or anything like that. But I kind of like this idea. So I'm gonna try something like that. So let's see. We'll go ahead and put the Helm of... I didn't know they printed a... They always print like weird promos and stuff. Leyline of the Void. And I'm gonna want to fit 4. So that means I gotta cut 2 cards. And it's likely gonna be Aethersworn Canonist or Thorn of the Amethyst. Let's cut Aethersworn Canonist. We're already playing 3. Thorn of the Amethyst. I love this card against Delver and just control decks in general. What about Gaia's Blessing? I don't think we need that card, Kyle. Gaia's Blessing. That's the exiles their artifacts or their library, right? Or yeah, no, I mean, there's no real use for this that I can really see too much. I mean, it don't get me wrong, like, I guess you could play it against Reanimator, but the thing is, it's just too fast. And there is a mill deck in Legacy, but it's not good. Bro, I got my 4th Ascendancy in the mail today, and the guy that sent it to me inside a full ass Easter card. Oh, I read that as Ass Eater card at first. I don't know why. I guess that kind of tells you something about my brain and how it works. He said, I guess that's better than I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. So what if I don't have a painter in the sideboard? What if I just keep my 4 painters main? I could alternatively just run, like, a 1 of Sword to Plowshares in the main. it looks awkward that there's just 2 random fucking Swords of the Plowshare. This is, honestly, this is important. This is for, like, Death and Taxes and stuff. I want to see an Ass Eater card, not gonna lie. Yeah. An Ass Eater card, dude. What occasion, you know? Like, what are you even getting that for? I'm no Legacy player, but Swords main deck looks good. Yeah, so the original deck, Danro, plays 4 Swords of the Plowshares main deck, which is wild. And I initially played it through a league, and I went 4-1 with it. That's a lot of removal, you know? Kyle. But it's not horrible. A 1 Swords of the Plowshares, I mean, that's not bad. So something like this, it's a little bit more all-in kind of ish, you know. But it looks pretty good actually. It looks pretty good. You can easily cast Karn in these decks. I mean, between Ancient Tomb and you know, your other mana rocks and stuff. Sure, and with LED plus portable holes, you probably just don't need all the removal. Yeah. Yeah, the deck has a very good amount of removal, I think. Yeah, we have multiple ways to win, really. And honestly, you can bring these Leylines to the Void in against Delver. And they're not bad. They don't have a way to get them off the battlefield outside of Petty Theft. That I know of, anyway. Alright, so hold on. Let's do something real quick. I'm going to play this tonight. We're going to play this since we just made it. Whether it's good or bad, we're going to find out, right? So let's drop from this league. I'm 1-1. Not a big deal. Drop. He's like looking for it. Like, what the fuck? Drop from that league. Okay. Trade, mana traders. Let's get this show on the road. Alright. Full trade list. Let's give them our cards back. Is Legacy playing Petty Theft? Yeah. Yeah, it's usually like a one of to answer. I'm assuming to just answer like things that they can't normally get off the battlefield. I don't know exactly why it's there, but a lot of people like that card. You know, it is good. I've seen it in some... Oh, one good thing about Petty Theft 2 is that it returns Murktide Regent to opposing Delver players' hands, which is nice. I'll tell you, I was playing Death and Taxes the other day, and I Flicker Wisped a Murktide Regent, and it came back with no counters on it, and that was pretty hot. Just word of the wise out there. Alright, Painter 2. Let's try Painter in this configuration. I have not played Karn the Great Creator in Legacy yet, so I'm eager and interested. Hopefully we queue into some artifact stacks like 8 cast and stuff. We can cast it. Right, I guess the Rag Band strat is more in on Merc because you can't just carry, Rag carry the game. Yeah, absolutely. I knew for a fact, even when like I wasn't playing Legacy as much, like I wasn't even, this event wasn't on my radar, I knew that Ragavan was a problem in Legacy. Because it makes sense, right? Like playing Modern, I'm mostly a Modern player. And playing Modern, you know, I have to be honest, I don't mind Ragavan in Modern. It encourages people to play main deck removal, and at the end of the day, you know, what are we really striving for? As, you know, as people who play these formats, we're striving for fair, you know, decks mostly, and then the occasional like unfair decks that are less consistent but are there. And I think Ragavan really helps level out things, because if you're an unfair deck just trying to do unfair things, you have to have some respect for Ragavan, you know, and I think that's good for a format. What's not good for a format is when you have a fair deck playing Ragavan that can protect it with counterspells that don't cost any mana. Because then, you know, the whole point is that you can remove Ragavan from play if you see him and your deck is playing removal. So that's kind of like my thought process on it. And I knew that the card was probably going to get banned in Legacy. I was quite surprised that Lurrus did not catch a ban in Modern, but I guess I'm also okay with it. for kind of the same reasons why I'm okay with Ragavan. It encourages fair strategies. Like, Lurrus isn't doing anything insane in Modern right now, other than just making, like, good decks way better. But the data, interestingly enough, does indicate that companion decks are much more likely to win than non-companion decks. So your Yorion decks, your Lurrus decks, and even to some degree your Obosh decks and Gigantha decks. Of course, Obosh and Gigantha are not having anywhere near as significant of a impact on the format. Okay, so we got our cards. Is there anything I want to change? Is this random swords to plowshares necessary in the sideboard, or is there another card that I need? We've got Grafdigger's Cage, which might want to be a Tormod script, honestly. Let's see here. No, I think that's fine. Yeah, Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, I'm basically, full disclosure, I'm basically looking at Caleb Durward's red list, and I'm sort of going off of that. So let's roll with this. There's another card that's interesting, is Enlightened Tutor, which obviously just allows you to run and go and get what you need. I'll bring it up. Enlightened Tutor. This is a card that I've seen play. Artifact or enchantment card. Obviously we would just go and get our combo or whatever we were missing, but my cat's just chilling here. Hey, Bubba. The light is bright for you, man. Okay, let's get these windows right so that way you guys don't get annoyed by that. We are gonna be on the play. Man, okay, so this is a good opportunity to talk about a card. Esper Sentinel and Legacy. Hugely outperform my expectations. Now, I do have some concerns about this hand. Mainly, like, it's not contributing to my combo at all. But you guys are going to see when I play this deck, you're going to kind of see, like, how the deck sort of functions on, like, a fair plan. I'm going to go ahead and play this Lotus Petal out now. You don't necessarily need the combo to win with this. Okay, it looks like we're going to play against something unfair. So maybe Reanimator, maybe Storm. What the fuck? Oh, Elvish Spirit Guide. We're playing against Oops All Spells, I think. I mean, I gotta let him Thoughtseize me. I'm not really hiding anything. I can't just concede because I gotta see what the win cons are. It also could be like, yeah, okay, it's Oops All Spells. Well, that's really cool. Alright, so we're bringing in Leylines to the Void. So they do this, and then they have Bridge from Below. They sacrifice the Narcomoebas to, what's that card? Tread Return. They get a bunch of zombies. Yeah, I mean... Okay. Alright, well, that's one of the most belligerent combo decks in the format, in case you guys were wondering. I think it's pretty clear we can, like, take out, like, Swords to Plowshares, probably Portable Hole. I don't really know if I need to bring in any of my other artifacts to curve out with. I think it might be fine. We would be missing a slot if we just boarded like this. We could bring in, like, Lion's Eye Diamond. Nothing wrong with bringing in Thorn of the Amethyst, just to curve out with. I kind of like that, because in no instance I think am I gonna go and get like, am I gonna go and it's between that and like Painter. I might even bring in a Painter too. Basically, like when I'm playing Karn, I kind of want to just go and get a Grafdigger's Cage or a Lion's Eye Diamond, you know, depending. Just trying to think of getting a Painter. Maybe that's worth it, bringing it in, cutting like an Oswald since it's like more of a fair card. Also wouldn't mind just bringing in Grafdigger's Cage and just curving out with it. I'm in a mulligan hard for Leyline of the Void anyway. This is definitely not really a Retrofitter Foundry matchup or a Shadow Spear matchup. Let's bring in Grafdigger's Cage, I think. No. We'll leave it out. We'll bring in Painter Servant. Because we do have to have a card to go and get with Karn. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Not only does this hand have our combo in it, it also has 4 fucking Leylines of the Void. I don't know why that window did that. So with that, I think I pretty much have to keep this. The Ancient Tomb is a little awkward. What if we just don't draw the cage? Then we're fucked, right? Don't you worry about that. Isn't that crazy? Like, what? I hope my luck carries over to like next month. That'll be nice. They're gonna mull to Oblivion, I'm sure. I didn't even bother looking to see what they bring in, because quite frankly, how they deal with Leyline of the Void is of no matter to me. I don't have Force of Will in this deck, and I don't have any ways of stopping them from, you know, destroying this with a Force of Vigor, which I think is probably what they bring in. Playing a League of Modern Red Prison, I'll tell you the best part about the deck is the opponent's salt. You gotta post that. You gotta post it and tag me. I love looking at people salting off. My favorite. Alright, we're gonna name we name red. You don't want to name green because then they can pitch anything to Force of Vigor. I've played a lot of ley lines in my life, never seen 2 or more in the opener. I don't know if I've ever seen 3. I don't know if I've ever seen 3 as a keepable hand. Usually when it's like 3, it's like there's no lands or something. Hold up. Min, your deck is too boring. Ciao. Oh, that's fucking funny. Min, your deck is too boring. Ciao. Like, damn, dude. Trying to hit you hard with the boredom. Okay. Makes sense, right? Alright, yeah, we'll just go ahead and cast Fiddlebender this turn. Just, if anything, to get the beats on, and I don't know how many, whatchamacallits they play, Thoughtseizes. Even though I can't do anything with it right now. That's really funny. It was on Blue Moon, and turn 3 mooned me, and I was just like, oh, you sweet summer child. Yeah, it's nice when like someone's playing a Blood Moon deck and you're playing like mono red. What fucking year is it? Yeah. Okay. I can go and crack this for something, but there's nothing I can really get. But this does give me mana to crack something with Oswald, so... Uh-oh. Okay. Well, opponent's on a 7-turn clock. The deck just went Solar Bluff Ridge ×2 against my Karn deck. This will be fun. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Okay. We can take a turn off and go and get a cage or something. What can we go and get? Grindstone, of course. Pithing Needle. We can go and get Soul Guide Lantern. That is about it. But we can start the process if we haven't streamed in too long. Gotta get back into it sometime. Yeah, definitely. It is a grind. So, what do you guys think? I think we just fucking keep swinging, honestly. Because, like, we can go and get Grafdigger's Cage or something. They probably can't win through that. But, I don't know. Oh, I believe it. That's pretty cool, though. There's definitely some merits to playing red-white. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just supposed to attack this turn. Bring the beats. It is scary if they pitch to Force of Vigor again. There's an Urza Saga. Okay, now I'm gonna activate it. Okay, we're gonna go and get oh yeah, that's right. We didn't bring Cage in. We're gonna go ahead and get Soul Guide Lantern. We have to exile something, so that's fine. Exile Leyline of the Void. Okay. Alright, opponent scoops it up. They realize they can't win through that. Is there anything we want to change? Just draw 3 Leylines to the Void again. First person I've ever heard say Vigor must be an American accent. Are you aware of the you saw it, right? You liked that on Twitter. You saw that post that I made. I posted it on Facebook too. I also monitor like my Facebook accounts and stuff. I'm pretty sure you saw it, right? This whole thing with the fucking YouTube comment. This person was so pressed about me saying Vigor instead of Vigor, which, look, I know how it's pronounced, okay? I really do. It's just that I don't care, and also, like, I grew up pronouncing it Vigor for so long that I don't know. I have a few words that I mispronounce. Yeah, you saw it. Great format. Never even really try to kill them. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan sometimes. It's just Legacy is a lot of like posturing and just controlling your opponent's nonsense in a lot of ways. Unless you are just playing the nonsense like our opponent is. Yeah, this person was so pressed about like how I was pronouncing a word, and they were like, just so you know, you're gonna lose viewers. Just know you're gonna lose some viewers that way. And it's like, I really don't think that anyone is gonna, if they didn't watch my stream before, they're not gonna be like, this is the fucking final straw. Really. I mean, you pronouncing that word like that is just, that's it for me. Alright guys, so this hand is good. This hand I would keep all day against anything else, right? But I mean, we have to mulligan this, right? I mean, against the deck, we saw that they turn 1 killed us. You know, game 1. None of our hate cards and too many lands. This is what I expect to see. Yeah, I think we have to cut this one, unfortunately. Oswald can go and tutor for what do you call it, for our Lantern. But we can't play, well, we can play Oswald on turn 1. Actually, no, we cannot, because we won't have enough artifacts to do that. We could go Ancient Den, Esper Sentinel, Mox Opal, Retrofitter Foundry, pass, and that just, I mean, that just feels like a loss to me. This hand is also very close. It has an Aethersworn Canonist, which honestly is a big hate card. If it had an Opal, I would keep it. Viger unsubbed, unfollowed, blocked, restraining order, unfriended on MySpace. Oh no, not MySpace. Yeah, I just, again, this is just a turn 2 lockout card that dies to Force of Vigor. I'm gonna, I'm sorry, Force of Vigor. I'm going to mulligan this hand. Yeah, I guess at this point I have to keep this one. So we're gonna put back Retrofitter Foundry is the obvious one. And, you know, I guess it's Grindstone, right? We can play a turn 1 Aethersworn Canonist and Soul Guide Lantern. That's 2 forms of hate. And if they have the turn 1, there's nothing I can do about that. I mulliganed as aggressively as I could. Okay. Well, this kind of, to me, is looking like to me is looking like they are holding Force of Vigor. Which is unfortunate because they're gonna get me if they do that. But it's like you could have mulliganed it 4 and kept 4 ley lines. Yeah, I guess so. All right, so I can play Soul Guide Lantern and Aethersworn Canonist. I know this, right? But this plays hard into Force of Vigor. I'm almost wanting to play. I'm gonna play Soul Guide Lantern. And if they go ahead and pop it, I'm just gonna crack it and draw a card. I don't want to play into Force of Vigor. I really don't. Yeah, see what I'm saying? We would have got our Canonist popped and our Lantern. That's a good draw. I might still be dead, but I mean, hey, I played it as best I could. Okay, sweet. Oh! Alright, hold up. It's reading time. I gotta find out how much, let's see here. Sorry, guys. I'm taking a little detour. Sometimes I gotta look at these decks and see how many artifacts and shit they're playing, like, just so I know how impactful this Karn is gonna be, because I don't want to just play it when, you know, they've got, like, a bunch of rituals and a Balustrade Spy. Where's the Oops All spells on this list? It's pretty far down, huh? Not a very good deck. No, I'm just kidding. Here it is. Okay, so most recent 5-0. They play 4 Lotus Petals, a Chrome Mox. They play 4 Simian Spirit Guides, Elvish Spirit Guides. So they could easily Dark Rituals, 4 Cabal Rituals. Maybe we just play. I think this turn we play Aethersworn Canonist. And then next turn we can go Karn minus play Grafdigger's Cage. God, please don't fucking force me. Oh, you know what? Thorn of the Amethyst was definitely the better play. God damn it. Knew it. We could have played Thorn of the Amethyst and they couldn't have done that. Okay. Good shit. Alright, I'm gonna play Thorn this turn. And then pass. And then next turn we'll play Karn. We have to pay 1 extra for it. I'm not worried about Oswald right now. Okay, cool. All right, we're 1-0. So, still important though. I want to recognize the fact that I did misplay. So I should have considered the fact that they have no lands in play, right? So if I play Thorn of the Amethyst, they can't force me and take out my land there. So that was a little bit of a punt on my behalf. Luckily, our opponent had a whole lot of answers and not a whole lot of combo going on. And we had a whole lot of sideboard cards for the most part. They do play a little bit of artifacts too, so, but they're also comprised of a lot of rituals and stuff. All right, 1-0 with the Karn list. This hand is pretty medium. It doesn't have any of our 2-mana lands. It does have a turn 1 Oswald. Kind of have to assume that one's gonna die. LED is cool and all, but like it's only really good if we're empty-handed. I think I'm gonna ship this one back. Just not quite what I'm looking for. I might regret it. This hand looks a lot better already. I think I'm gonna pitch the Aethersworn Canonist, the second one. We can go turn 1 Esper Sentinel, Portable Hole. We can go just turn 1 Esper Sentinel, play Lotus Petal Pass. We've got a Karakas in case they're like some sort of reanimator junk. So we'll see. Fake gamer. Gotta go down to 4. Gotta get the 4 ley lines in play. Alright, so we're gonna keep this. We're gonna throw back the additional Canonist. Our opponent is opponent. Okay, I was about to say our opponent has pregame effects. Uh-oh, this might be elves. Oh no, it's Hogak. Gravecrawler, Faithless Looting. I don't know if Hogak can beat Aethersworn Canonist, to be honest with you. We also have Karakas, which is really nice. Do I need to burn Lotus Petal just to play Canonist? They have 3 cards in hand. If I could also just Portable Hole them, so they can't, well, they're not going to be able to actually Cabal Therapy me anyway, because if I play Canonist, they can only cast 1 card. I'm pretty sure it's Canonist. And then next turn, we'll play like Sentinel, Portable Hole. Telling you guys, this card's good. This card's very good. Yeah, it's nice to deny the trigger. I don't think they're going to get the trigger, to be honest with you. I think I can deny it next turn. There's another one. Well, that's unfortunate. Anger. Uh-oh. Well, they don't have a mountain. They're going to attack, maybe? No, okay. Ancient Tomb's a cool draw. I can't really do much with it right now. Aethersworn is sweet. Oh, I love Aethersworn. Notice how I bumped it up to 4, like from the original list. I think this card's very good right now, personally. As a Taxes player, I'm all about it. Alright, let's Portable Hole them. I suppose I could have played Oswald this turn, too. Maybe that was the play. Cast Esper Sentinel. Do I attack? I mean, I don't really think they're getting anything off the Stitcher supplier. I think I'm just gonna attack here. I don't think that. I think it's fine. Like they get one trigger. I honestly think they would rather leave it out just to be able to recast Gravecrawler. But they might block. Clearly they're considering it. Yeah, I didn't feel like they would. Cast Gravecrawler, yep. He can't block, so it's fine. There's an Oswald. I don't have any 0 mana artifacts, otherwise I would I could go and get Lantern. But I feel pretty comfortable here. I just gotta make sure that they don't get anything crazy. They're missing land drops, so that's good. We'll attack again here. They can't block it, so not with Gravecrawler anyway. Alright, not gonna block again. I like it. Hopefully Esper Sentinel will draw us some cards this turn, maybe. They might be on the just play Gravecrawler's plan. I suppose they could just cast Hogak too, but that really doesn't do much for them. Oh, there's their land. There's their mountain. I mean, I can bounce their Hogak with Karakas, so. It would get haste, though. Undead Butler. Oh yeah, this card's sweet. Here's the battlefield, mill 3 cards, and then when it dies, you exile it. And then you can return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Luckily, they can't get that Vengevine into play. No need to block here. Just take 2. Another Ancient Tomb doesn't really do too much for me. What can I go and get here with Oswald? Old Ozzy. We have no 3-drops, and all we have on the battlefield currently is a couple of 1-drop artifacts. We could go and get a Painter's Servant if we wanted to preemptively like set up the combo. This has to be a sorcery speed, right? Yeah. Yeah, I just don't really see any value in doing anything right now. Like, sacrifice the Portable Hole, they mill 3, get their Stitcher supplier back. It just doesn't seem worth it. Okay. I'm just gonna play Ancient Tomb, I think. I could, I guess, swing in for 2 here with Oswald and see if I play another one, but yeah, it's awkward. I feel like our next draw is going to be good, though. Hate giving them more turns, especially because they're stumbling pretty hard. As long as this Aethersworn Canonist stays in play, they can't really do too much. Except this, basically. Just recasting Gravecrawlers. Yeah, I'll just take it for now. There's a Painter's Servant. That's a blocker for Gravecrawlers. I think I'm just going to cast it off of Ancient Tomb here. And the color will be blue. Actually, let's make it white. So we just need a 0 mana artifact and we win the game. Oh. The other thing too is we have artifact lands that we can crack with Oswald. So any artifact land or Lotus Petal or Mox or anything is game. Painter Servant can block too, so that's nice. Let's see if they let me draw here. Legacy players like to let you draw. I don't know why, but there's no reason for them to not pay the 1 here. Okay, see what I mean? Like, they just let you draw cards. I don't know why they do it. You know, don't ask me. I mean, they can play a creature here, I suppose. Oh, they got the Bridge from Below. So they attack with Gravecrawlers. They get a zombie, and they can play Gravecrawler. Alternatively, we could just block with Esper Sentinel. Yeah, I kind of like that. Like, block here, block here. Yeah. They'll lose their Bridge from Below. They'll get 2 zombies. They'll get to play a zombie. Oh, you know what? They might have Dark Blast. That would suck. Oh, wait, no, they can't cast it this turn anyway. Might be. Another Painter Servant does not do me any good other than just being a blocker. And that kind of sucks. And we're so close to just outright winning this. Play an Ancient Tomb. We can just play another Painter as a blocker. Just name white again. Man, this would be a good time to play a main deck Ensnaring Bridge, wouldn't it? Oh, you're right. It's the kid said you could have Oswalded your Sentinel into another Painter the next turn. That would have removed the bridge for 4 life. Yeah. True that. We would have had to have done it at sorcery speed, but like obviously that's not a bad line either. Yep, that's a good point. I'm obviously still like sort of getting through the motions of the deck and stuff. But feel free to point out any lines that you might see that I might not have noticed at first. Curious to see how they swing here. They do have a Hogak in the yard. That doesn't really do anything for them, though, with this Karakas out. They have 2 bridges. Looks like they're going to swing with the team. They don't get the zombies, which is probably good for us. Yeah, definitely. Okay. This card doesn't have Death Touch or anything, right? No, okay. Actually, let's just do here, here. And then probably just take 3, right? Not let them get any more zombies in play. Because they're going to get 2 zombies for everything that I block. I could also just bounce Oswald, but I'm certainly not going to do that. Next turn, if I don't draw anything to pitch with Oswald, then I'm just gonna play my other Oswald and let it die. Okay, Urza Saga is good, so that means next turn we win. Think I'm just gonna attack for 2 here, and then play Oswald. Let it die, exile their bridges from below. We'll see how it goes. It is more close than I obviously want it to be here. And if they put me at a low life total, then that's obviously not good for me, because I do have to tap these Ancient Tombs next turn. Unless I draw a 0-mana artifact. Yeah, this game was closer than I would have wanted it to be. It feels like it should not have been close based on our opponent's draws, but they Hogak can be a grindy artifact deck for sure. Oh wow, are they gonna cast Hogak here? Sure. Uh-oh, that's definitely not good for me. Okay. Well, I have to let that resolve, obviously. Very unfortunate. We do get a basic land, which is nice. But I don't know what this means for me. I don't know if I'm dead or not. They get 2 Vengevines. And their Gravecrawlers will have haste. I think I might be dead. Yep. Just like a turn too late, I think. They bounced the Hogak, obviously. They're just gonna attack with everything. Blocks. You take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's exact lethal. We block the Vengevines and the highest attacker, right? So we go. That is so unfortunate. Oh my goodness. If we do like this is the best way to block, right? Like this basically, and then we would take 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. God, is that painful or what? Oh man. We were so close. Oh god, that's annoying. Okay. Well, I think we obviously know how we're sideboarding into this matchup. Portable Ol is actually not bad against them. Let me pull up a current Hogak list. Yeah, I think maybe that line would have saved us some damage and possibly won us the game. I'm not quite sure though. Just crack the Sentinel. It wasn't really doing much. I think I was just holding on to it. We actually could have either gotten another Painter, or we could have gotten probably could have gotten another Aethersworn Canonist and been perfectly fine. I did not know that they played Boseiju, but it makes sense. Makes perfect sense. There was a list that 5-0'd recently. Let me just go to that one because that's clearly what they're playing. They're just playing the 5-0 list from the dump. Let's see, it was just black-green. Yeah, this is what they're playing from MTGO user Danny Ground. So they bring in like more Boseijus, Force of Vigor, sorry. And that's about it. So we just gotta basically play around Force of Vigor as best we can. As far as cards to bring out, I think that this is definitely not a matchup for Retrofitter Foundry, probably. Probably the same can go for this. We can Pithing Needle naming Boseiju. So that's fine. Oswald is more of our fair card. We don't necessarily need him. And Swords is like kind of just okay. I don't mind, well, I don't mind this configuration here. I'm gonna bring in the Swords. I can honestly see cutting a Karn or two. There we go. We'll just run it like that. I'll cut an LED. This starts with the Leyline in play, which is obviously where we want to be. It also has a Soul Guide Lantern. We can Pithing Needle, naming, Boseiju. And if they force a Vigor, then I'll be sad. Could also name whatever the imp guy's name is. Forget his name. The one that discards cards. Boseiju. 2 endures, right? Yeah. The only thing this hand is really missing is like a white source. But other than that, it's pretty dope. Carrion feeder, sure. There's Karakas. That's nice. We just play Urza Saga here. I like just playing Karakas. Go ahead and just play Esper Sentinel now. That way, like, everything they do to sort of try and dig for answers to these cards are gonna essentially, like, get us further and further ahead. Urza Saga is really cool because it can go and get, you know, like an LED or something like that, but we'll just play it next turn and be fine. It also puts them on a clock, which is nice. So I could easily see like Urza Saga being the play. But we'll see. Alright, there's a Gravecrawler. And Stitcher Supplier. Let's see what they exile. Nothing really that great. I'm going at Cage. Could also just go and get Ensnaring Bridge. And then lattice them out. Or we can get Helm of Obedience. Yeah, I kind of like Helm of Obedience, right? Just beat him next turn. Could have concealed information too, but doesn't playing Saga there. Let us threaten lethal in 2 turns. Next turn would be Karn, LED, Saga, Fine Grindstone. Play Saga there. Karn plus LED. That's true, because Saga can go and get LED. Yeah, that's a good point. Look at It's the Kid, just pointing out all the misplays over here. Yeah, that's a really good point. So yeah, yeah, Karn could, or playing Saga there could have definitely, because it goes and gets us, the big thing is it goes and gets us Lion's Eye Diamond, which would be just huge mana, and then we can go and like do crazy shit with Karn. So yeah, that was probably a better path to Karn that I didn't really see than just simply, and getting the tokens, obviously, to not only block, but to go and get LED at the end of the Saga. So yeah, that would have been a pretty good line. I'm trying to think if there's anything I would change about this post board. What do you think? Do you think that this is a good configuration? Yeah, finds Grindstone, yeah. Yeah. I like those arts of Grindstone too. I like newer looking ones. Trying to think if there's anything I would change. You know, there's some odd cards here and there, like Torpor Orb, that's not bad against them. Like for well, really the only thing it hits is never mind. It only hits Stitcher Supplier, so Thorn of the Ambit, that's not bad. Yeah, I don't really think. I mean, maybe Shadow Spear. We saw a moment where like Shadow Spear could have been decent that game. Low on Esper Sentinel in this matchup. Think Oswald could be better. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Do you think Grafdigger's Cage in the board is still correct? To go and grab with Karn? I mean, we're mulliganing pretty hard for Leyline of the Void. You know, we're not going to keep a hand that's like too slow to get there. The only thing I like about Esper Sentinel is the fact that they probably will not pay for it and draw me more cards. I could see Shadow Spear being good in the right spot. It keeps him from chump blocking and stuff. If the game gets long and grindy, sort of like how it was going, if we hadn't had a Karn there, like I could see like the Shadow Spear plus -3 Sentinel, 1 Spear. Yeah, I like that. That's what I was thinking too. Just had to hear somebody say it. Yeah, I also thought about a 3 for 3 and 3, like 3 Oswald, 3 Sentinel, or something like that, or 2 Sentinel. This hand is like okay. It does not play very well around Force of Vigor. Because what I would like to do is play Urza Saga, Lotus Petal, Aethersworn Canonist, say go, but that sounds like a line that gets me Force of Vigor pretty hard, and they do play 4 in the board. Alternatively, we could play Plains plus Lotus Petal, Aethersworn Canonist, see if my opponent bites on that. But then what? Then I'm left with, well, I guess we would play Ancient Tomb. Well, no, we don't have to. Yeah, I think that's just too slow, right? I'm gonna mulligan. I think Aggro Plan is how we would lose most often. Shadow Spear can give us a better shot to survive that. Yeah, I think so too. I think I have to mulligan this hand because it doesn't play well around Force of Vigor, but I mean, what does though? You know what I mean? Like, we would have to have Leyline of the Void and like multiple other ways to exile their graveyard. So like maybe this is a hand that we keep. It just sucks because there's only one form of hate, and then Urza Saga will get, yeah, London Mull's Creek. Urza Saga will get Lantern, but yeah, I just think it's a mull as well. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll keep it, I guess. Do we... Here's the question. Do we put back one Leyline in the Void, or do we keep... I think we keep 3 in play. I'm just thinking, like, what's the other card to put back? It just... The only problem with this hand is the mana situation. So maybe it's just Opal. Or maybe Oswald, because we can't cast him. Portable Hole is nice because it gets a carrion feeder. Yeah. It's probably Opal, because it's not tapping for mana anytime soon. We'll keep it. We'll put in 3 Leylines of the Void. This is the second time we've done this tonight. Our opponent has 6 cards. They mulled 6. Opal can tap for mana if we get the Portable Hole online plus like an artifact land or another artifact or something. But I think we'll get there with this hand. Alright, Gravecrawler, go. That's a good draw. I will Portable Hole the Gravecrawler here. I think if they had some bigger threat, they probably would have played like Carrion Feeder turn 1 or something. Faithless Looting, that's what we like to see. I love when graveyard decks play. Yeah, that was my plan, because Force of Vigor is their only way out. Oh, are they going down to 2 cards? They're just gonna play like a little dude and pass. I love this. Yeah, I love that. Alright, like Caracas. I could have held him for another turn just to potentially bounce him with Caracas, but not gonna go that route. Well, there's our Oswald fodder. Let's see here. So we obviously don't want to crack Portable Hole. So we can go and get an Aethersworn Canonist, or we can go get a Painter's Servant. Uh-oh. Is this Boseiju or something? No, they're just fetching. Okay. Do you think we just go and get Painter here? And then we just have the combo all lined up? I think I'm going to get Painter. It's either Painter or Canonist. Canonist like kind of locks things up even more. But Painter says like if I draw a 0 mana artifact or a grindstone, I win. What do you guys think? I think it's Painter personally. But it's between Painter and Canonist. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go into Painter here. I'll regret it if I draw Canonist, I suppose. Painter blocks really well too. Oh, they're about to hardcast a Vengevine. Mark my words, that's what's about to happen. It's not a bad plan. This is another reason why I went for the Painter line over just getting Aethersworn Canonist. Alright, so we eat 4 damage. There's Urza Saga. Do we want to go ahead and give them Gravecrawler back? Give them Gravecrawler back, go and get Aethersworn Canonist. They basically can't win. Or is that even necessary? I don't even think that's necessary, honestly. I think I'm gonna wait. Eat another 4 damage here, and then next turn we don't quite win. It's gonna be a 2-turn clock. Another Vengevine. I like it. Hit me for 8. Yep. All right. So we can activate this. I think I'm just not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna sack to Oswald. I think I'm just gonna go and get my, because it's the same either way, right? I think I'm just gonna go and let it, you know, do its thing or whatever. They're coming in hot next turn for 8 damage. We'll have a blocker that is a 4/4. It's gonna be a 4/4, right? So I guess let's just go ahead and play our Canonist this turn. And now Oswald is a viable blocker. That's 2 graveyard decks in a row. That's pretty wild, huh? Luckily, we drew these handy Leyline of the Voids. Close game, though. I mean, like, damn. All things considered. Oh, that sucks. I still think we make a dude. I think we have to. Alright. Yep. Luckily we go and get a land here, so that helps a little bit. Karn. Do we just go for the combo? I think I'd just go for it. What do you guys think? Do you think we just go for it? I think we have to. All right, let's give it a shot. There we go. All right, cool. Painter on Moto always trips my brain out. Yes, Leyline or Orzhov Leyline. Yeah, it is weird, like the graphic, how it makes everything. I kind of wish like you could do stuff like that in real life, but obviously that's not possible. Yeah, I honestly didn't play around it because I don't know. You know when you get the feeling like your opponent just doesn't have it, like what would make them not play one? Like let's just say hypothetically they drew a second one and that's why they played it targeting Urza Saga, right? Why would they not play the other one sooner, like the one that they theoretically had in their hand for so long? All right, man. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by the stream. It was good. It's good chatting with you. Thanks for providing some valuable input to the games. I really appreciate that. All right, going to match 3. Man, I took a nap tonight and it was great. Gotta tell you guys, sometimes in a good nap, it's right where I need to be. This hand is slow. It's very slow. But depending on what our opponent's playing, it could be okay. It's definitely not doing the unfair stuff. That's for sure. It does have a portable hole, which is an answer to virtually any permanent that they may have, and has a Soul Guide Lantern, which is definitely not winning any games against Reanimator, seeing as how I'm on the play, or draw rather. And they're just going to rip it out of my hand. Most likely. But it does have Saga, which goes and gets LED for Karn. I'm going to keep it. Might seem like a little bit of a weird keep, but I think it's doable. So what I'm looking at is probably playing Saga on... Let's see, we can go Saga, 2, go Plains, Painter's Servant, 3, we go tap, hit that, play. Yeah, I mean, we could play Saga as soon as turn 1 and go and get an LED, but that doesn't really do much for me. I need a way to cast this Karn first before I do that. So I think I'm starting off on a Plains. And just either playing Soul Guide Lantern or Portable Hole, depending on what they play. Ancient Tomb, Chromox. Uh-oh. Let's see what they exile. Commit to Memory. Days Undoing. Okay. Well, opponent said we're going to mulligan anyway. And my hand looks okay. So let's just play like all of our permanents. I mean, could have been better, definitely could have been worse. I don't see a need to play Ancient Tomb here. Well, excuse me, I don't see a need to play Plains. I don't think this is a... I think this might be like Hull Breacher or some shit. I don't know. I'm gonna play Portable Hull here. I don't think Hull Breacher plays Chrome Mox though. Either way, if I play Ancient Tomb and I draw like no matter what land I play, I have a shit ton of mana. But if I draw a Karn, then this is better because then I can just go, oh no, I'm just gonna play Plains and pass. It is unfortunate that we didn't have a real payoff there. That was the only thing that hand was missing. I would have easily traded a Lion's Eye Diamond for a Karn there. Urza's Saga. Okay, so we are playing against what appears to be the like Echo of Aeon's Urza deck. I think. If I've got my... Yeah, they're playing Hull Breacher. Which is kind of obvious at this point, right? God damn. Yeah, we just really needed a payoff. Something. Hell, I would have settled for an Urza Saga. This is just slow. I'm concerned about Hull Breacher here, which looks like is what my opponent is about to do. That's why I played Ancient Tomb there, just in case they do the Hull Breacher thing, which it looks like they're probably gonna do. If they're just exiling random ass cards to their hand, then it's like, yeah, they're definitely gonna Hull Breacher probably. Force of Will. What if I'm playing Force of Will? You don't know. Yeah. That is very unfortunate. I want to see more of what their deck is doing, but basically, like, Karn looks like lights out for them. As far as what decks or what cards to bring in, I'm not 100% sure. Disenchant obviously comes in. Swords to Plowshares probably comes in. Sigh. Okay, so they're just playing 8 cast. Okay, we should win this matchup. Alright, so they're playing 8 cast. We can pretty much just bring these in. As far as what cards to take out, Aethersworn Canoness is pretty piss poor in this matchup. It's okay. It's not amazing. You know, they obviously play a lot of artifacts too. They do have more non-artifact cards than me, I think. So there's some merit to that. As far as like bringing in Leylines of the Void, I don't really think I'm there. I think that's pretty much on the Karn plan. Let me see here. Where's the latest and greatest 8 cast list? Because that's usually where I go when I want to see what my opponents are playing. So this is what our opponent's playing. They're playing this deck from the recent 5-0 dump. Very fun deck, by the way. Very good deck. They are also playing Karn, which is scary. I don't want to see an opposing Karn. So Malevolent Hermit probably comes in against me. Maybe Echoing Truths. I don't think anything else would come in against me. So we basically have to just watch out for the combo, essentially. They're just trying to, like, Hull Breacher as fast as fucking possible with this deck. It's actually a pretty dope list. I really enjoy it myself. I haven't had the pleasure of playing the this version of it, but it looks fun. Let me just double check. There's no real reason for me to bring in Leylines of the Void. I mean, unless it's directly to combat Echo of Aeons, which is like, you know, obviously it is a card that I have to be worried about because it's part of the way they combo off, but I don't know if it's so much that I don't know, I mean, maybe like bring in just one cage or something. Because Soul Guide Lantern isn't quite where I want to be at, I don't think. Let's just bring in a cage instead of Soul Guide Lantern. And Soul Guide Lantern will be a card that we can just run, go get if we need it. Good hand. I like this hand. So turn 1 Sentinel, turn 1 Oswald. They can obviously counter any number of these cards. So I thought this was mono white deck that played in modern. No, I haven't been really watching like Evart's lists lately. I've been trying to focus mainly on Legacy for Indianapolis. So we're just playing some mono white painter, kind of like my take on it. But I basically copied a list that 5-0'd recently and sort of made some adjustments. I sort of took a page out of Caleb Durward's list, his red list, and sort of ran with it. And I'm liking it so far. Yep, I'm going to Indy. I'm registered. I got the hotel booked. Now, why would they bring in Leyline against me? It doesn't really do anything against me. Maybe they mistook something that I was playing. The good thing about this matchup is that I can pretty much empty my hand like very early on, and I don't have to worry about like, this is going to be problematic for them, by the way. I don't have to worry about like, I don't know, missing out on a lot of cards with Hull Breacher or whatever. They're thinking about Force of Willing this. A lot of people do, because they just don't feel like dealing with it. Which, by the way, I just want to point out, and I've done it already tonight, this card is very, very good in Legacy. It has outperformed my expectations by a lot. I've been very happy with it so far. Oswald's good too. Yeah, see, I knew they had that Force of Will, so it's a card. You have a team already, or are you going for sides? No, I have a team. I'm going with Nadir, Tabash, and another friend of mine. We're gonna do it to it. This is one plus side of their list, is that they can easily pay for Esper Sentinel off the first one. I wonder if they're gonna crack. Oh, they are gonna Echo. Okay. This deck is so busted, like with this card, like they just refill their hand after emptying it. That's just absurd to me. God, they did this to us last time too. Like they cracked and like we drew fucking stone cold nothing yet again. I would rather have my Oswald than all of this shit. Like annoying, dude. So annoying. Please give me a Karn. God. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just fucking equip, right? This is pretty painful. Okay, so they can flash in a fucking, no, they can't. Never mind, they can't flash in a fucking Hull Breacher. What am I saying? God damn, dude. How many lands was that? It's Time Twister, yeah. I mean, it's basically like Titty Twister for me, because it's fucking just screwing me up big time. Like, That is the second time they've done that, and I've drawn like 6 lands. What is this? Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, there's a swords for the impending Hull Breacher. Now if they Narset, I'm in deep doo-doo. Yeah, Time Twister's pretty good when your opponent draws 6 lands off of it. What do they play? City of Traders? That's very interesting. Implies a few things. Ancient Den here. Let's go ahead and play an Oswald. We'll leave up Karakas to spare Oswald if we need to. I'll leave the Shadow Spear on the Esper Sentinel. It just means they have to pay 2 as opposed to 1. Yeah, this said Hull Breacher to me. Do I want to swords this, or do I want to wait until they cast a... I kind of want to wait until they cast like a Time Twister effect. Like a Days Undoing or something. The only problem with that is they will have Force of Will mana up, but this doesn't play around Force of Negation. Like, this plays pretty hard into Force of Negation. And if I'm giving my opponent any credit, I feel like they probably might have it. But we'll just we'll pass. Okay. Oh, fucking A. Should have responded to that. Yep. Well, at least this makes it look like I don't have anything. I'm stupid. This is going to be really unfortunate if they find something off of this, though. Okay, they get a Shadow Spear. I'm cool with that. Opal. Opal. Looks like they're about to go and cast an Aeons. Hard cast it. I'm not sure about that, but Shadow Spear, sure. They're definitely gonna cast it. They might be able to hard cast Force of Will here, which is what I was worried about. The problem is they're still gonna draw 7 cards because we just didn't hit off of the first one. So we kind of got varianced out of this game a little bit. But at the very least, I can prevent them from getting the treasure tokens. Sure. I guess that makes sense. Oh, they're gonna cast Memory. Yeah, that makes sense. And just prevent them from getting the things. Yeah, this deck is absurd when it goes off. I've highly considered playing what my opponent is playing for Indianapolis. Definitely considered it. Yeah, it doesn't help either when you're just drawing like absolute trash. Definitely does not help the cause. As far as what to take here, I mean, I don't know. Like Lion's Eye Diamond's probably the most impactful card on their board. Taking Chrome Mox, I mean, even if they get rid of Portable Hole, which they won't, yeah, I'm just going to take Lion's Eye Diamond. I feel like I should be favored here. Have you thought about Reanimator for Indy? Yeah, I've definitely thought about it, and I've played it, and I've done, like, pretty mediocre with it, which is unfortunate. Looks like they're about to cast another Time Twister. I mean, you might as well not pay for it. You might as well just let me draw the card. Just once, could I please get a Karn? DNC seems like a good spot too. Yeah, I've been having some some success with DNT. Jeez, just made me misspeak pretty hard. No, I've not been having sex with DNT. That's sad. Yeah. Opponent's at 6. Okay. Finally making some kind of progress. It's not great, but it's something. I mean, they have an Ursa Saga too, which is unfortunate. They have just, like, by and large drawn better than me. I don't think this is really indicative of anything. I think that this is kind of a 2 ships passing type of matchup here we're looking at. Whatever floats your boat, some sex, yeah. Yeah. Arn, please. Oh my god, deck. My deck's like, nah, man, you need more lands. That's what you need, bro. Trust me on this. Oh, fuck. Why didn't I equip my Shadow Spear? Stupid. I'm too busy wallowing. We have a bigger construct token anyway. Oh, Jesus. Well, not if they do that thing. Oh, dude, I'm misplaying left and right. They're clearly gonna get Pithing Needle. No? Okay, well, they're just gonna go off this turn. Equip it. Yep. Denton, lifelink trample. I'm not gonna block, I'm just gonna take it. I figured they would have had, like, a I don't know, I figured they would have had a Days Undoing or something. I mean, Pithing Needle don't really do anything here. Grindstone gets us close to winning. I mean, we could definitely go and get Grindstone. We do have an Oswald in hand. Retrofitter Foundry is nice. It kind of has like that inevitability, gives us something to do with all of our decks, like hold my beer and need more land. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go for the combo here. I'm gonna get Grindstone. We will equip Shadow Spear. And I think we just attack here. We'll attack them. What is this? Oh, yeah, that's cute. Okay. I'm actually perfectly fine with that. They win next turn though, right? If they see the line anyway. Because then they just, I'm pretty sure they win next turn. But I'm going to play like they're not. Commit to Memory is a pretty cute card. Yeah, I mean it's tough to say, man. I don't have much time left, you know. It's like with these two cards out, like Shadow Spear and Hull Breacher, like I'm facing such a short clock. Like my opponent is about to make what is it, 6? So this is gonna be I don't know. They're about to make a huge construct token, basically. I'm gonna draw one card. Hopefully it's a what do you call it? Swords to Plowshares? Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna draw a single card because of Hull Breacher, that's right. So this is a 13/13. Oh, we'll gain 10 life. We just need Oswald to live, honestly. We can somehow manage to get... They win by just beating the shit out of us and running us out of cards. So like Hull Breacher and Narset is basically like preventing me from drawing cards. Alright, so I just block with my construct token and try to win. Gain 10, go to 26, take 15. Go to 11. You're telling me there's a chance. Alright, don't think there's any real reason to play this Portable Hole. I mean, I mean, we have so much mana. I think I'm just on going all in at this point. I'm just gonna play Portable Hole, it's fine. They're gonna respond. If they have... Okay, Force of Will. What? That's... okay. Go and get Painter. white. Please work. Oh my god. Oh my god, we did it. We beat them. Jesus Christ. I cannot believe we managed to come back from that abysmal game. Is it worth bringing in Leylines of the Void against them? Kind of starting to feel like maybe it is. But the problem is, I just don't... There's just not a lot that I want to bring out, you know what I mean? Yeah, GG's indeed. I did not think I was going to get there. But to be fair, they don't play a lot of removal, so like once Oswald hits, it's kind of like... It's kind of hard for them to get rid of that card. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's like some better ways I could be boarding in this matchup. I could definitely see cutting like an LED for in favor of like one Aethersworn Canonist or something. Card doesn't do this doesn't do nothing in this matchup. I mean, like it is pretty good. Leyline of the Void just prevents them from casting Echo of Aeons, which is like one of their... It also prevents them from casting Commit to Memory, which I kind of like. But what would I cut for it? Sucks because like we could easily get into some sort of like grindy matchup, grindy war. I really just need to get Karn out. That's what I need to fucking do in this matchup. Could see cutting an Opal. The problem with cutting like 0 mana artifacts though is that it's like less stuff I can play when they do inevitably when they do Time Twister. Tough to say. Do you go for like the 1-up cheeser? Doesn't seem very good, does it? Just put in an Aethersworn Canonist. Two. It's weird, like there's cards that I want in this matchup, but I just can't quite figure out what to take out, you know? I also have to take into account the fact that every time they've Time Twistered, like with no Hold Breacher out or anything like that, I've drawn terribly, you know what I mean? I'd be drawing like 6 lands in a card, you know, and it's like that's obviously not where you want to be in this matchup. I do find it kind of funny that they boarded into Leyline of the Void. I'm curious as to like what they might have thought I was on. Because Leyline of the Void does absolutely nothing against me. I think they maybe thought they were playing the Mirror or something. I mean, this hand's awesome. It has a turn 2 Karn. I don't know if I'll get there. But we'll see. Uh-oh. That's not good. What is this? Oh, okay. Alright, well, this hand's actually better. We'll see what they do. Doesn't have a turn 2 Karn, which kind of sucks. Oh my god, that's annoying. Okay. So we go. I do think you have to bring in for stuff like that. I think you have to bring in Ley Lines of the Void in this matchup. They might Force of Will this. Good, very good. They pitched a Hull Breacher. Now I just have to hope that they don't have a whatchamacallit, Time Twister. It's like, no. Okay. So we get an Urza Saga of our own. So we go ahead and play that. Play Retrofitter Foundry first. Play Painter Servant. Naming white. Very high likelihood that they may Pithing Needle me. Their starting hand was absurd. Hate their Spell Bomb. Do we just block? We block the 5 damage and then we just play Karn. Or no, we kind of have to make a dude of our own, don't we? Fuck, man, we're not in a good spot here. Definitely not in a good way. Next turn they can go and get Shadow Spear. I think I'm boned. Yeah. That is unfortunate. Just gonna take it. See what happens. Clearly nothing good. We can pretty much do absolutely nothing to stop this, yeah. Show them that we had Karn all along and just literally never drew it through like a million different ways to draw Karn. I mean, really, I feel like I got variance out of that matchup, but what I really do also feel like is I learned that Leyline of the Void is like a must in that matchup, so if you take anything away from that, just know that Leyline of the Void, not saying we would have drew it, but it definitely would have stopped what our opponent did to us turn 1 in game 3. And I don't think they really have many ways to get rid of it. Outside of the blue land that bounces stuff. Maybe they play Petty Theft. I didn't see one. Keep this. Hand looks good. It doesn't run into a wasteland, but red. Goblin Welter. Alright, we're playing the mirror, I think. Do we want to play like double Sentinel here? Or do we want to just go like Sentinel into Swords to Plowshares? Double Sentinel probably draws us a bunch of cards. And we have the combo in hand. I think I'm going to do it. I want to draw, like, I don't know, Ancient Tomb or something. Do have to be very mindful of killing ourselves with our own Painter Servant. You have to be very mindful of that. You have to be also have to be aware of opposing Karn. They swing, we obviously don't attack. Okay, cool. Well, that's unfortunate. I can live with that. Come on, Ancient Tomb. City of Traders works too. Either one. Here's Goblin Engineer. Let's see what they get here. They're going to be a Servant or a Grindstone, I'm assuming. Okay, Bray's Apprentice. Alright, yeah, that's the thing. Not a bad draw. I should probably go ahead and exile their Bray's Apprentice. I mean, it doesn't do much, but at this point I'm missing lands. I really just need to, fucking draw any land, really, will do. Mox Opal will be fine. Soul Guide Lantern wasn't a bad draw. I mean, it did ensure that we could exile, you know, the Brea's thing. And any other future cards that they play here. Looks like they're gonna play the Grindstone. So this implies that they might have the combo next turn. Play Oswald. We play our own Grindstone. I really just wanted to land. We drew plenty of them last match. I don't want to use any of these Lotus Petals because if I can just resolve Karn, then I win the game. So I guess I just play my own Grindstone here. Unfortunately, this loses to Painter's Servant and to Lion's Eye Diamond. Sadly. Pithing Needle. Gonna assume naming Lotus Petal. I could be wrong though. Grindstone. Okay. I am cool with that. Thank God. Honestly. Proud to be here. Do we just get like LED, play it? Or we could go and get I'm trying to think. So we can minus I kind of just want to Mycosynth Lattice them soon. But I think this is going to be kind of a slower game because like even Mycosynth Lattice doesn't necessarily lock them out because they can technically attack through for a little bit. See, how much mana will I have next turn? 2, 3, 4. Can't even play Lattice even if I did. So I'm minus, they attack. Yo, Needle doesn't work on Pedal. Oh yeah, you're right. It's a mana ability. I'm tripping. I don't like going for LED here. And then next turn, I don't know. I mean, they could attack. We could block. But then where does that leave me? Just get the LED anyway. Play it. If I have to plus next turn, I will. Don't necessarily have to get Mycosynth Lattice next turn, especially if they attack here and I just don't block or something. Because like I still have to play like a creature to block Goblin Engineer so I can lock them out. What's up, Spider? How you doing, man? Are you done for the night? Or are you still playing Legacy? I had some fun with Death and Taxes, but I started playing this this mono white painter list sort of as a meme, and ever since then I've sort of just been like hooked on it, man. It's been fun, and it's been working really well. I don't know if I block here. I mean, I could block here. They could play another creature, and then it'd be pointless. I guess I do, right? Yeah, I might as well. Retrofitter Foundry's pretty decent, but they can't activate it. Yeah, their hand is Garbo. Here's another fucking Karn, alright. So I only have 7 mana. Let's just do this. Trying to think if there's anything on the board that I care to get right now. Cage, I guess. No, I can't do that. I'll just plus on my grindstone. Painter looks fun. Painter mirrorless. Yeah. It's kind of weird. This is the first time I've played the mirror, but we got that tech, you know what I'm saying? I made this, actually I say I modified this deck before I got on stream, or not before. When we first started, and everyone saw like kind of what I was playing. And it seems pretty solid. So we just minus here, right? And play Mycosynth Lattice. Oh wait, hold on. No. Don't do that, Daniel. Play Portable Hole. Alright. Just get this out of the way. Go. Okay. The Mirror. Disenchant. Swords to Plowshares. They are playing the Gabo version. Aethersworn Canonist, definitely not the matchup for her. This probably doesn't have to be overly complicated. I don't think I bring in Leyline of the Void. Man, I really wish I would have been heads up and just listened to my gut and brought in Leyline's last match. I love Breas. I stole that tech and was trying it in Modern Ursa combo. Yeah, it's actually funny that that we talk about that, because I was literally watching this video when I made this this deck. You ever board out Painter? I don't think so, but who knows, man. I'm not good with this deck. I just work here. But it's been good so far. I mean, I let's see, I went 3-1 in the prelim. I went 4-1 in my first league with it, and currently we're 2-1. So like, clearly I'm winning with the deck. I don't know if it's good or not. Such a hazard here. Yeah. Well, like, you have to be very sneaky about how you play it, right? Like, you have to play Grindstone first, and then you have to play... You have to have Grindstone and enough mana to activate it with Painter Servant, like, at the ready. And then you play Resolve, Painter Servant, and you basically have to play around, like, removal and shit, right? At that point. Specifically, artifact removal would be very bad. But, like, if they have a resolved thing, then that's niche good, you know. I'm looking for the fucking painters list they're on. I know I saw one. There's a red one that 5-0'd recently. Pulling it up now. I'm just curious. Painter, here it is. By Karandi Cakes. They didn't reveal Gigantha, which is interesting. I don't think they did. Yeah, just on the Breas Apprentice plan. The fact that they didn't reveal Gigantha is interesting to me, though. So they just bring in Bolts and Pyrokinesis, so we gotta play around Pyrokinesis. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's the what the right answer is there. We gotta turn one Oswald, but yeah, I guess it's fine. Could be worse. Red Painter seems very, very efficient. I don't know Painter stuff. Yeah, I don't know either, man. Red Painter seems very efficient, though. So what do? We go, like, Saga into Lotus Petal. Play Oswald. Seems pretty decent. I think we can, like, afford to go, like, on the beatdown plan a little bit. Oh, should have played other pedal. Whoops. Dumb of me. Probably won't matter. Alright, now I get to see this card in action, see what I'm missing out on. That is a Lion's Eye Diamond. Play like City of Traders here. Could also start to assemble the combo. I like kind of like sneaky, like backdoor them. Like play the Grindstone. Make a Golem. Or do we just go to the beatdown plans and be simple? Simple man. They have 3 cards in hand. They're going to draw up to 4. They do have a redraw, a couple of redraws. With Breas Apprentice and Chromatic Star. That's that ultimate value right there. Problem with just going for it, definitely doesn't play around anything. but it ends the game really fast. And we still do get a golem. Are they dead? No, they're not dead. I don't think so. Well, they might actually be. Because they might be if they don't yeah, they might be actually, now that you mention it. They might have a pyrokinesis, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go for it anyway, though, for the memes. Don't kill me, bro. It's all in, baby. Like, what is it? Yeah, I mean, I thought about it. I was like, man, they might have pyrokinesis, but like, what other opportunities are we gonna get that like are like that strong? You know what I mean? I mean, that was a really strong play. I feel like when you get a hand assembled like that, like you get a real Exodia type hand, you just go. I mean, we're up a game anyway, right? We can afford to like go ham. Yeah, that was pretty sick, for sure. Dude, you want to know what card is really good in Legacy? It has shocked me. Is this? This card is fucking good. I'll keep this hand. It's really good against Delver and like other fair decks for sure. It's obviously not good against, you know, belligerent combo decks because they don't care. But it's not good against D&T. But other than that, I mean, this card is nuts against Delver. Like I've seen so many people force of will this card. Like they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to bother with that shit. Let's go ahead and play out the grindstone. Secret's out. Alright, we're playing against one of those belligerent combo decks that don't care if we have Esper Sentinel. The Reanimator? Oh, it's this. So they dread return. Can they kill the turn they do it? They can, right? Like they don't give you a chance to untap. They dread return and they get back like the Cabal Therapy. 'Cause I can mill them. But they can't. You are already dead. That's cute. Oh, right, they get Thassa's Oracle. Okay, I wasn't seeing it in the list for some reason. All right, we beat this deck in match 1. Swords to Plowshare seems bad. Oops All Spells plays like some number of, what is it? Can't even remember how I boarded the first time. I know we obviously have to watch out for Force of Vigor. That's going to be the #1 card we have to really watch out for. If they are, I don't know, they might bring in Ley Lines of the Sanctity type. I don't really want to bring in I don't want to keep Portable Hole in. I think that It's not really good for this matchup. I think we boarded out some number of like Esper Sentinel. I don't hate Disenchant here. It is good if they bring in Leyline of Sanctity. That's about it. It does hit some of their artifacts, which I'm not really worried about. Yeah, I can't really remember how I boarded this matchup last time. I think I did bring in like a Grafdigger's Cage just because like I needed it to be, you know, fast essentially. Torpor Orb is actually pretty well. It stops Balustrade Spy. It does stop, yeah, it stops their win con too. Torpor Orb's pretty good actually. Maybe we just keep the Esper Sentinel in. Could also, I don't mind boarding into some of our artifacts just to curve out into, because this is going to be such a lightning fast matchup that I like need access to some of these early. I feel like Thorn of the Amethyst is definitely worth playing over like a card like Esper Sentinel. It's definitely not a card that I'm going to get. Grafdigger's Cage probably could go and get that card. Painter's Servant, I feel like maybe we go up to 4 here. Yeah, Thorn for sure. I'm just thinking I probably take out another Esper Sentinel for something. Maybe Cage. Nah, we'll just go like this. This is a Pithing Needle naming Undercity what's his fuck. And a Retrofitter Foundry on turn 1. It only stops Undercity Informer. It doesn't stop Balustrade Spy. So this hand is kind of bad in that regard. Like, it basically play these 2 artifacts, right? We don't have enough to tap Mox Opal, have Urza Saga in play. We play Pithing Needle. We would name like either Undercity Informer, or Chrome Mox or Lotus Petal. Actually, we can't name either of those. So, yeah, Undercity Informer. We could also name Wild Cantor, but that's like a one of. And they could have Force of Vigor. Sorry. Yeah, man. Oh. I'm gonna mulligan. Sand is not really much better at all. We'll go to 5. There we go. Keep. Pitchback. Sentinel. Lion's Eye Diamond. Do we want to start out with the Urza Saga here? They could have Force of Vigor, and I could just be boned either way. I'm gonna start out with the Plains, and I'm gonna say go. Looks like they don't have it. That's good. Cantor's also a mana ability. Oh yeah, you're right. You're always right. And there's a backup Canoness. That's good. Start getting in the beats here. One good thing about this matchup is it's fast. It is Jesus Christ. I love this card in Legacy. It's very good. As far as what to get off of this Urza Saga, well, now I'm not really quite sure. It's tough to say. Honestly, like, I kind of like getting Soul Guide Lantern. It's just one more way for them to not be able to go off. And I just feel like, you know, with these Aethersworn Canonists that I've been blessed with, I don't know if my opponent can win. They might be pressed like hard casts like Elvish Spirit Guide or something like that. I mean, that's pretty fucking bad, but I just don't see how they win from here. If I go and get the Soul Guide Lantern. Get in there. Get in there, girls. You may not cast more than one non-artifact spell. What is this? Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, what are you gonna do with that mana, bud? You gonna cast a Karn? Is that what you're gonna do? Oh wait, you can't do that. You gonna cast a big 4-mana artifact? I don't know if I would change anything. I think I would keep it the same. Portable Hole is cool because it does exile the like LEDs and shit that they play. Like Esper Sentinel, like, let's be real, pretty mediocre in this. Maybe it's even worth bringing in Disenchant for that reason. I don't know, Gabriel. What do you think? What do you think about this? Do you think we keep some Esper Sentinels in just to draw more cards and beat down? I mean, Esper Sentinel in a way does represent a means to refill our hand and draw more hate cards. It's also a card that we can sacrifice with Oswald to go and get a Torpor Orb or, you know, an Aethersworn Canonist or something like that. So it's not terrible, I mean, to have these in. It's an easy card to cast on turn 1 in addition to another hate card. It's not bad. Disenchant just represents an answer for something that they probably aren't playing unless they're going off, or, you know, an answer to a Leyline of Sanctity, which we can win with Mycosynth Lattice anyway. We don't necessarily need an answer to Leyline of Sanctity, so I kind of just like going with this again. Maybe bring in Cage, just to have an extra artifact hate spell that we can keep like a decent 7-card hand with. Because let's be real, by the time we're resolving Karn, we're probably not going to get in Grafdigger's Cage. Probably getting a Helm of Obedience. Yeah. It's just so fast. It's such a fast deck to beat, you know what I mean? Like, you just have to at the end of the day hope that their deck is inconsistent and doesn't get there. I don't even think I can keep this hand, honestly. It's one artifact. I mean, it does have the combo. It does have the combo. It does have Painter's Servant Grindstone, Urza Saga, go and get Lion's Eye Diamond. It has that. I'm gonna get jebaited into keeping this hand, and I'm gonna get absolutely dumpstered by a turn 1. They also play Thoughtseize, which is another reason to not keep this hand. Let's pitch it. I'm gonna pitch this one, go to 5. Yeah, I'm supposed to keep but lose anyway. I'm gonna go to 5. I'm keeping this hand. Oswald goes and gets Painter, but like, to put back 2 cards, I'm thinking it's Oswald and Grindstone. Could be Opal instead of Oswald. Like Opal Grindstone, keep Oswald. We can always go and... I think that might be the deal. I guess the only cool thing about Opal is if we did draw another 0 mana artifact. Oh no. Wouldn't have mattered. Oh no. Okay. Well, Oswald can crack this Ancient Den. Go and get another artifact. Never mind. Forget everything I'm saying. Yeah. Alrighty. Pithing Needle. I don't think I play Pithing Needle. I think I just start attacking. Not yet, anyway. I'm probably just going to get Soul Guide Lantern, just in case. We do have to exile a card. Let's hit our own thing here. Suppose I probably should have played Pithing Needle there. Do you guys think they play Boseiju? They probably do, huh? Oh, no, wait, they can't. They can't. Oops, all spells. What am I saying? We'll just name Undercity Informer. I should have played it first, though. Oops, I played my cards out of sequence. Okay. I think my opponent is about to go out on their own terms. That's what I thought. That's what I thought was about to happen. Alright. So that improves our record to 4-1. That's the second league I've gone 4-1 with variants of this deck. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's 2 4-1 leagues and a 3-1 preliminary. I don't know. That's a good. I mean, that's a good record so far. I mean, it could obviously drastically change, and I have changed the deck multiple times, but that's you know, that's 11-3. That's not bad. I mean, that's enough to. That's almost enough to win the fucking event that I'm going to. I don't know. Like like it's doing well, Gabriel, but like I just feel like it's it should be losing. Do you ever play a deck where you feel like it's not good, but you're just doing good with it? Like you're doing the old Craig Wesco where you're playing like just a pile of cards and you're killing it because you're carefully navigating the matchups. But it's really been the only deck that I've been successful with so far. Also, how did you guys feel about Karn? Yay or nay? Because this was the preliminary version that I played, and the other version that I went 4-1 with, it didn't play Karn. Actually, the previous version was playing a Lion Sash in the main. I forget what I didn't have the Lotus Petals and stuff. I was playing 4 Swords to Plowshares in the main. None of these cards. So 4 Swords to Plowshares and 1 Lion Sash in the main. That's the one I 4-1 to my first league with. All the time. Yeah, man. I feel like that's kind of like our MO in a way. Not like comparing me to you. I think overall, like, you're the better Magic player. Not that it's a competition or anything, but like your level of success and your time played, like there's just no replacement for time, and like you've definitely done a lot and done a lot of impressive things. But I think overall we both gravitate towards similar decks, obviously, which is partially why we're friends. But we just gravitate towards these piles of white cards or like whatever the fuck, and somehow manage to do well with it against decks that we probably shouldn't beat, but we do anyway. It's kind of just like the way I've been playing Magic for a while. Karn seems good, and here's the thing, like Karn seems good also because so many 8-cast decks are running around. The only deck that we lost to was 8-cast, and it was 8-cast with Aeon's Torn, and I didn't Echo of Aeons, and I didn't bring in Leylines to the Void. That's it. I should have brought in Leylines, and I probably would have won, and we would have 5-0'd. Hypothetically. I mean, you never know, but I think next time I see that deck, he was playing Commit to Memory and Echo of Aeons. I should have immediately brought in Leylines to the Void, but I didn't. I could have easily made room. But yeah, I think if we had drawn Karn, it was funny. Give me the ham sandwich. Yeah, I'm gonna get a motherfucking ham sandwich. So the top decks are Delver, D&T, and Control Stuff. How do you feel versus them? I feel very good against Delver because you pretty much don't go for the combo against them. You play like a turn 1 Esper Sentinel and like Aethersworn Canonists and stuff, and they just inevitably make you draw so many cards or have to tiptoe around so many things. Portable Hull also answers DRC and Delver. And I just feel like it's a solid matchup. You have Soul Guide Lantern to keep Murktide at bay. You can Pithing Needle Naming Wasteland if you have to. Retrofitter Foundry is very good against a pair decks. D&T, I played against D&T and beat it. It felt pretty good, I think. I don't think they are very well equipped to deal with the combo. That's their biggest thing. Like, I think they are very, very weak to the combo. I think that Solitude is their best out. But if you can play around Solitude, then it's a pretty good matchup overall. But I could be wrong. I only played against it once. Control Stuff, again, I feel pretty confident to beat Control. I mean, with Esper Sentinel and Oswald. I've been managing. I played against 4-color Control in the preliminary, and I managed to Painter Servant them twice by being really sneaky about it. 8-cast should be favorable, right? Should be. 8-cast is like the biggest fear of 8-cast is Force of Will, I feel like. Reanimator is tough. I have lost to Reanimator already. And yeah, I think I just have to. I'm realizing now that I just have to. I wasn't playing Leyline of the Void versus them. Keep that in mind. My friend Brandon was telling me, like, dude, you got to take those surgicals out of your board and you got to run Leyline. He's like, it might not be as good against like a card like Serenity, but you just can't let them Thoughtseize you and take surgicals out. And with Leyline of the Void, you get the Helm of Obedience combo, which we did this league, so clearly it has merits. So I feel better about the matchup now than I was before with Leyline of the Void. And you saw kind of how I would navigate that matchup. Like, it's pretty much the same way I navigated the last matchup against Oops All Spells. And we beat Oops All Spells twice that league. So our graveyard matchup seems to be better. I think Oops has a higher fail rate, but higher ceiling than Reanimator. But yeah. Depths, I don't know, actually. I really don't know. I haven't played that matchup. It's hard to speculate. They play a lot of wastes, depending on like which one. I think Green White Depths is the most popular, right? Or Naya. And they play a really good fair game. That might be a tough one. Yeah, that might be a tough one. I did beat Depths, actually. But I don't know if my opponent was playing very well. I like Portable Hold, their first Merit Lage. And like their second one, I like, I think I Swords to Plowshared it. And then like milled them for 1,000,000. But I'm gonna keep playing the deck. I don't know. If it continues to do well for me, I have no reason to put it down, right? I had literally bought like half of Reanimator already, which is kind of sad. I guess so, man. It just feels weird that other people aren't really playing it. But I did steal the list from... I copied a lot of... Like, I was... You know, I know Caleb likes to play this deck, and he's obviously more well-versed in it than I. So I did copy some elements from that, but really... let's see. I copied a list from an MTGO user... Find them. There's a mono white. There it is. Ella1. This is the list that I templated this from. And I basically just modified their fair list. Like, they're playing 2 Lion Sash in the main. I took those out. They're playing 3 Aether Sworn Canoness. I think... Yes, I've gone down to 3 now. I was up to 4. And that's pretty much it. I'm also playing -1 Caracas, +1 City of Traders. I feel like this is very important for Karn. Turn 2 Karn seems good. And of course their sideboard's completely different because I'm playing the Karn Wish sideboard. But yeah, I think the sideboard could definitely use a little bit of work, but I think it's close. I like being able to wish for Painter. And the Oswald, I mean, I don't know. The deck feels pretty good. You're kind of almost playing a Death and Taxes deck in a weird roundabout way. Like, you start off the game in a lot of ways, like especially against the fair decks, you're just like, okay, the side plan is the combo. The first plan is just to play this D&T deck. And like, I don't know, it just sort of somehow gets there. Like, they spend all their resources answering like these cards. And then you somehow manage to just assemble a Grindstone and a Painter's Servant. Yeah. I worry about Wasteland a lot. But it could be correct. They weren't playing City of Traders in their list. They were playing 2 Caracas. I don't know how you feel about that. But if you think that 5 planes and 2 Caracas is enough, I mean, then we can definitely go up a Caracas. I see what you're saying. I mean, I agree. I think it's important against Depths. I like City. Yeah, I do too. I like 1. I don't want to go up to like a crazy number or anything like that, but I think the 1 is good. obviously, right? Because that's when you want to draw it, when you need just like a little extra push, but you don't have that many more land drops to make or whatever. It's not like we're playing Sneak and Show, where that's our ritual, basically. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I kind of like that. So, like, go up a Karakas and, like, -1 planes. Because you're right, it is already good against me. And 5 planes, I mean, what, 8 cast plays like 4. I don't want to play Iganjo. I thought about that card, obviously, and I don't think this is the deck for it. That's like a little too fair, right? Like, what the fuck am I casting that card against, you know? So I don't know. But yeah, I like this. I'm excited that this one, I mean, hell, we fucking messed with it right when stream started and it got a 4-1. I'd say that's pretty good. That speaks to the merits of the deck. But yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. I will be on tomorrow. I might be a boring person and play the same deck. I'm not quite sure. If they moon you, you only ever need like 1 planes. Yeah, that's true. And it's like, I mean, you look at, I mean, look at all the eggs, you know? It's like, not too worried about Blood Moon, right? The worst thing they can do to me with Blood Moon is kill my Urza Saga, I feel like. Or maybe turn off my artifact, my Mox Opal with, like, by turning off my Ancient Den, but yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. Had a lot of people come by and check out the deck and stuff like that. It was really fun. Yeah, man, you too. If you ever want to talk about the deck, obviously, you're more than welcome to message me on Discord and stuff. We can go in the tank and figure out what's the best build for this deck, but I'm liking it so far. If you do end up ever, like, getting bored and queuing up some leagues, let me know how it goes for you. Like, what cards underperform, overperform, that sort of thing. What changes you might like to see. But, yeah. Thank you, guys. And I will be on tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We might play some more of this. We might play something else. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll figure it out once we get there. But for now, thank you everyone who stopped by, and